Right, Dacia, thank you. Of course, since Wednesday, Consumers has had hundreds of crews stationed across Michigan ready to act. And joining us live now for an update is Megan Kirk with Consumers Energy. Megan, thank you so much for being with us. Where do outages stand at this hour right now?
Good morning. We are seeing some low outage numbers at this point. Our crews have been in the field restoring customers over the last 48 hours overnight, just making sure that we're able to bring every home and every business back online as soon as possible. Overnight, we had just over 26,000 customers restored, bringing our total up to about 140,000 customers restored since the beginning of this tumultuous weather.
Okay, yeah, you guys have been really busy over the
Mhm.
last couple of days. I mean, on Wednesday night at one point, you guys had 115,000. You brought that number back down, and now that's come back up a little bit as you guys continue to restore power. So I guess how on these big weather weeks or couple of days do you guys manage all of that through the Consumers Energy system?
Honestly, it's teamwork. We band together and we make sure that we're in constant communication with one another, and we rely heavily on those field crews. Right now, we had about 700 crews over the last couple of nights here, and we've been really diligent in getting into the field and making sure that we're not only restoring power, but we're assessing damage that may have been as a cause of the weather.
Absolutely. Can you talk to me a little bit about where some of the hardest hit areas are at this moment in time?
Absolutely. So while this storm was statewide, we are seeing some areas, particularly around the western portion of the state, where those areas have been hit pretty hard. So our focus is to make sure that we are focusing on those hard hit areas and again assessing damage and making sure we're bringing those customers back online as quickly and as safely as possible.
Yeah, when you guys are planning your coverage out on this, how do you guys pinpoint where to place your crews? I know we saw crews stationed over here on Alpine Avenue in Grand Rapids. We also know you guys had crews in Plainfield ready to go. And then there was one other location you guys were getting ready to station some folks ready to get out and assist in some of the outages you were planning on seeing. How do you guys go about stationing those crews across the state and being strategic in that way?
Absolutely. It's really just knowing our territory and knowing if there are any areas that have been impacted previously, keeping an eye on those areas and making sure that we have the appropriate amount of teams to dispatch not only in those hard hit areas but across our service territory to make sure that those customers are seeing shortened restoration times.
And for those who are still without power now for a couple of days here, what advice do you have for them?
Just know that our crews are continuously working around the clock to bring them back on as soon as possible. We do understand that losing power, particularly when the weather is as warm as it has been, can be an inconvenience, can be very stressful for our customers. So our crews are diligently working around the clock to make sure that not one customer is left behind as we continue to restore power.
Right now, you had mentioned we have almost 32,000 customers across the Consumers Energy system without power. When do you think that everything will get restored for those folks? Is there an estimated time you think the entire state will be back up?
Right now, we're again just still focusing on what we can see in those areas. So again, trees down, power lines, and being able to address those and repair those infrastructure so we can bring those remaining customers online. Our crews will continue to work around the clock through the night to make sure that each and every customer is brought on as quickly as possible.
Yeah, we've got the outage map pulled up too, and it's a really great resource. If you don't know what that is, it's right on your website, theconsumersenergy.com /outage map, if anyone at home wants to take a look at that. If I'm looking at that and I see a down power line or I see maybe an outage in my neighborhood, how can we report those things to you?
If you see a down power line, first and foremost, we want to make sure you stay at least 25 feet away from those. If you do see them, please give 911 a call and then contact us at 1-800 477 5050 to report that line, and then our crews will be able to respond accordingly.
All righty. Megan with Consumers Energy, we really do appreciate your time. And of course, good luck to all the line people out there working diligently to restore power to those customers. Thank you again.
Thank you.